Hi everyone, so in this video I'll be showing you how to mate two parts and make an assembly file where we're using the concentric and coincident. There are other mates as well. Alright, so let's start from the beginning. I'm going to go across to this saucer which I have open. So that is just an ordinary part file, and the way to make an assembly, go across to the file section and say make assembly from part, or much quicker, just click on new, drop down and say make assembly from part. Solidworks will ask you for the template that you want to use, and that's that UJ1. We're going to say okay. All right, now you had the choice of actually placing your part in space in the graphics area. You don't want to do that. I'll show you why. Instead, you want to click OK on the left-hand side. What that'll do is it'll place the part that you are putting in place on the origin of the assembly file. So just have a look on the left-hand side in the design tree. These planes and that origin, in fact, all of this belongs to the assembly file, not to the original file. If I click on the drop-down features, you'll see that there are separate planes, primary planes, and separate origin points for the two. Okay, the other thing you'll notice is that in front of this new file which has been placed in here, let's just drag that out so you can see the full name, is an F, right? F means that it is fixed. So I'm going to unfix it. I'm going to float this. So right click on float, and you'll see that there's a little minus button. So I want to try and just show you what happens. Let's say you had placed your saucer, in space like that, without clicking the OK button. Then I'm going to fix it. SolidWorks will place it where you wanted it to be, but it will have fixed it in the wrong place. So have a look at the origin is down here versus the origin of the saucer is over there. So if you want to fix this, it's very simple. What you do is you need to float this again. So right click on it, say float. You'll see it's floating. Click on the origin, select the origin of the assembly file. When you let go of the control or the shift button, you'll have these options available. Coincident. So if I click on coincident, it'll locate that back in place. What this means, not only is it located coincident in terms of origin, but the planes are also locked into one another. So top plane with top plane, right plane with right plane, and so forth. Okay, so that's the way you resolve this problem. If you do drop your file in the wrong place, just float it and then reestablish the origin as being coincident. Okay, so I kind of have explained already the first mate, which is coincident. So have a look at the top here. We've got mates, the second command. You can click on that, and then it'll ask you, in this case we won't be able to do anything, but it'll ask you for what kind of mate you are looking for. So let's drop a new component in here. Let's find that cup component. So the second button over here is insert components. There's a drop down that you can use to create a new part, a new assembly, and so forth. We just want to use this one for now. In the properties bar, you'll see that's available, but that's this one here. So you'll see that I'm going to place a new one. So if I want another part, I must browse and find the cup. In this instance, I want to place the cup in space. I don't want to place it over there because that's going to mean I'm going to have to float it again just to be able to place it properly. So I'm going to place it, I want demo, so that's just which configuration, and I don't want that one. All right, so unfortunately, it's because I've chosen that one there. There we go, so it should be all right. So just deselect the item you don't want in place. Right, so you see this cup is now completely free to move anywhere you want. That's because it's not fixed and it's not mated. It has a minus sign behind it, which means it's not fully mated. Let's just be careful of terminology there. So let me show you how to mate it. So the slow way is obviously to use the mate command. Well, maybe not that slow. Select the one you want, either that or inside the mate selections dialog box, click on one face. You don't have to hold anything down, and then click on another face. All right, and then you say coincident. Yes, I want that one. I'm going to delete that. Let's just see if I can get rid of it for now, and just show you the sort of on-screen version. So what you do is you select the face, hold the shift or the control button down. I'm going to hold the shift button down and select the next face, and then when you let go of the shift or the control button, you'll have this context menu and you'll be able to decide on which mate you want. So coincident. Okay, and then you say, okay, now I'm going to delete that again because I just want to show you what happens in this instance. If you have a look at this thing in, right, like that, you'll see that that's a flat area. This is a bit of a curve, and then that's a convex and that's a concave curve. So it is quite easy to do something which might confound you. So let me just show you what to watch out for. I've selected that flat face. I'm now going to inadvertently select this one here. When I let go, the only one that's available to me is tangent or lock. If you see that happen, just understand you've chosen a face which is not a flat face, and that's why it's not working. So instead of that, I'm going to select this one. I just hit the control button to deselect, and then coincident. Okay, so let's just save this. Control save. So when you save, I'm forced to do it now. I would do it a bit later. Make sure that it has your full name, crockery, and assembly, and R1. Just assembly. Every single assembly file is going to have the same name, just assembly, because the project is crockery, assembly is the name of the file. Okay, so we're going to overwrite that, no problem. Okay, so this item at the moment, let's just go to the X key, allows me to move this item left and right. That's what coincident means. It's sort of mated just to that plane. Or if I go to the top view, I can move this around anywhere I want, but back to the side view, it's still on that plane. So we want to get this edge and that edge to mate. So we want to make them concentric. Concentric means having the same center. So with that edge selected, I'm going to hold the control button down, click on another edge. All right, if it doesn't show, then just go to the top here and say mate. And you'll see it wants to default to concentric. Say okay. So I'm going to do that again just to show you the on-screen version. Let's delete that one. Get this to go up here. It hasn't gone up. Oh, of course, because it's coincident. All right. So you've got to remember what you've already mated, and then it'll explain the behavior. So that edge, any edge, in fact, which is round, and then it seems to want to select this. So I could actually select this face. Might also work. No, it won't. So let's deselect it. Select that edge. Concentric. Okay. I'm not sure why that is happening with my system, but let's see. Let's hope it doesn't crash. All right. So now it's fully mated, except that I can move this left to right. Let's move it out of whack a bit. So I'll show you what happens here. Under concentric, you can edit the feature, by the way, just to show you that all the mates appear under each of these files. So there's concentric, that's the same as this one. So if I click on any one of these and I say edit feature, I can now lock the rotation, and that will ensure that I can't move this around. Okay, so, and that'll also indicate here that this doesn't have a minus behind it. It's not really what you want though. What I want, I'm going to just expand this tree here. What I want is the front or the right plane, not the top plane, front or the right plane. I want those to be coincident. You can see that they're out of whack. So I want those to be coincident. So I'm going to go to mate, or if you've done it normally with like just letting your button go, and say coincident, and it'll do it. All right, so that's going to be crucial for the drawing because this handle needs to be sticking out perpendicular to the center lines. So you'll see that later on. And then the last thing I want to do is explode this view. So this button here, which says exploded view, if you can't find it, just type in the top exploded view, that one there. And all you do is you select the item that you want to shift up or down or left to right. You'll see it has these three arms, so I can go left to right if I want. It's not really what I want. I want it to go up. And in this case, there's no, I mean, it says drag. You can kind of see where you're going, but it's not really snapping. You'll see in the properties manager here that's 47 millimeters. If you want to round it off, you don't need to, but I'm just showing you how to do it. That's at 47. Okay, and I'll say all right. And that's it. Then you say Control Save, obviously. I just want to show you before I close this video down where that exploded view lies. It's in here. So if I double click on this, it'll deactivate it. If I double click again, it'll reactivate it. You can actually change this on the fly if you want inside here, and you're all good to go. Okay, thanks for watching.